looking at. You saw some lettering there. It said Virgin, as in Virgin Galactic. Live pictures of the Mojave Desert. This is northeast of Los Angeles. And what we're learning from Virgin Galactic is that they were testing the Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2. This is the flight that is supposed to carry celebrities, stars, Americans who are paying $250,000 to experience what it is like to see just the edge of space, some 62 miles out. And now you're looking at bits and pieces of this spaceship. There has been an anomaly. This is the word, and let's stay precise on the language from Virgin Galactic. It has been an in-flight anomaly that has led to what you are looking at here. We have a number of people who will be joining me, including Rachel Crane, who's one of our correspondents here at CNN, who's been covering all things space for a number of years. She has been inside of Spaceship 2. She has been on the complex that is Virgin Galactic in the Mojave Desert. And I think what's most important to explain to our viewers is how this spaceship is taken up in space, if they're test flighting this thing, with what's called the White Knight.
Right, so White Knight 2 lifts Spaceship 2 up to about 50,000 feet, and then Spaceship 2 launches off. So what we understand is that White Knight 2 has landed safely, but it's Spaceship 2 that has suffered an anomaly, and we don't yet know the details of the fate, but as the pictures are showing, clearly it suffered a crash. Now, I've actually been inside Spaceship 2, and it is supposed to be piloted by 2 pilots. So I know that they've said that there are some pilots involved as well. We're not sure if those pilots were piloting White Knight 2 or actually Spaceship 2 itself.
That's what we have from, and again, these tweets just coming in from Virgin Galactic as we're trying to stay abreast as far as what happened, and that's the big question. We don't know. But they say during this test, this vehicle, the Spaceship 2, suffered a serious anomaly resulting in the loss of the spaceship, which is the pieces presumably you're looking at. And their first concern, the status of the pilots, which is unknown at this point in time. Richard Quest, our aviation correspondent, is joining me here as well. Richard Quest, tell me more.
Well, over the years, I've covered the Virgin Galactic since its inception, when Richard Branson announced back in 2008 that this was going to be the first realistic space tourist operation. And since then, of course, as it's gone from stage to stage, Sir Richard has always been extremely optimistic that they would be on target for traveling passengers.
And from one of our affiliates here in Los Angeles, KABC, where you can now see that they're seeing some sort of activity out here in the Mojave Desert of what has happened. We are hearing that there was a crash, still waiting to confirm that as well, and trying to find out what has happened with the pilots on board. Unconfirmed reports at this point that one pilot may have perished, but we're still trying to confirm that, Brooke.
Let me jump in, Stephanie Elam. Thank you. Stay with me as we look at these live pictures over the Mojave Desert, and you can see some of the area cordoned off with what looked like police tape. Miles O'Brien, I'm hearing we have you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can, Brooke. What a devastating week for commercial space this has been, and this news is just a complete blow to the gut. This was an important test.
O'Brien, I'm hearing we have you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can, Brooke. What a devastating week for commercial space this has been, and this news is just a complete blow to the gut. This was an important test for Virgin Galactic after 9 months of downtime as they worked to come up with a new engine for the Spaceship 2. They had, as you may recall, the roots of this program go back to 2004 and the Ansari X Prize, at which time Spaceship One, a much smaller craft developed by Burt Rutan and a company called Scaled Composites, won that X Prize, proving that they could fly to space in a short period of time. And when we say space, we're talking about 62 miles as the kind of the arbitrary line between space and being on the planet. Out of that, Sir Richard Branson of the Virgin brand decided to create the Virgin Galactic space line idea. And Spaceship 2 is a larger version, much larger version of the Spaceship 1 test craft that was that successful X Prize competition. 2 pilots and then...
We're losing you. Miles O'Brien, we just lost you. So what he was saying, and that was interesting, so two pilots, he was talking about two pilots that would have been flying on the Spaceship Two, and that's when we lost him. We're working to get him again. But again, you're looking at live pictures. If you're just joining us, this is what we know. It's not a lot. We're working on getting more information. But on the right side of your screen, these are live pictures over this vast Mojave Desert. And what we have is this.